Hello, this is Diana. This is my Trailblazers of the Universe YouTube channel. On my channel, I'm helping you fearlessly and unapologetically live your best, most authentic life. I am helping you break through your barriers and transcend limitations you may have. I'm seeing a lot of people that are talking about wanting to break out of the matrix, being stuck in the matrix. So with the big spiritual awakening that's going on right now, a lot of people are feeling that way. Some people are feeling lost. They feel like they're in a system that was set up to fail, right? For them to lose, or you feel like you've been programmed and you don't understand why you do some of the behaviors you do, and you feel like your life is out of control. It's in a structure that no longer serves you and you want to escape from it. I felt that way before too. But just remember that there are matrices within matrices. There's more kind of to break out of the matrix way of thinking. Because once you change the way you think and you feel, you can shift your reality. You shift your consciousness, you shift your reality. When I've started to implement these things I list, I've felt a lot better. I noticed that my reality has changed. My life has really improved. I can create my own reality. I don't feel like I'm stuck in a reality that I don't want to be in. So I'm going to list 10 ways to unplug from the matrix and shift your consciousness. Number 1, stop living in fear. As we can see, you see in the news, you see it in the media. Everywhere you see fear is pushed out to us 24/7 in some form, right? Fear of disaster, a war, an illness, losing money, of things being too expensive. You know, the politics go pretty heavy into all that stuff. Fear of losing your stability. There's always a fear of losing something. And a lot of that fear comes from some kind of attachment, right? So we need to get out of fear and even the ego. Ego is needed to drive us, right? But live more from the heart space and less in fear. When you live from a heart space, live more in love, even compassion, you will see that your life will improve. The matrix uses fear to control us. Oh, I can't leave this job because I'm not going to have enough money. Oh, I can't leave the lifestyle. If I don't do this, my rates will be taken away. If I lose my looks, I won't be attractive. I can't attract anyone. It's always a fear of something, right? Get out of fear. Feel like fear is attached to the ego more and get in more of the heart space. 3D to 5D shift, right? Less in the mind. The mind is where the programming is. That's where the matrix is controlling your mind. So how do you get out of the mind? How do you get out of that? The programming from your heart space. How can you live more from the heart? Number 2, knowing your worth. Matrix programs you to believe that you are not worthy, that you do not look good enough, that you do not make enough money. If you don't have this job, you're not good enough. I don't make these grades. If I don't have this amount of subs on my YouTube channel, my followers on social media, I'm not good enough. Everything is programmed of not being worthy, and that's why they want you to consume more all the time. It's always about consuming more, reaching out here because I don't feel good in here. We've been programmed to believe that we are not worthy. When you don't believe you're worthy, you're gonna probably do a lot more self-destructive behaviors. You're going to want to buy things more, right? To feel more worthy or do more things. And sometimes to the point where we burn out, right? Get perfectionism, sometimes that can come from there too. We're trying so hard to be this perfect version of ourselves, and because we don't feel worthy. We always think that we're not worthy unless you have something else, or people don't feel worthy where they are. They're always chasing something. So when you realize that you're a divine spiritual being having a temporary human experience, and that you're worthy because you exist, there are different things you can do to improve your self-worth. When you feel worthy within yourself, you don't need to rely on external things to make you feel better, to make you feel more worthy. You're not dependent on a system and how well you do in that system to feel better, right? 3, stop letting numbers, money, time, all those things run your life. Think of the matrix, think about numbers, right? When we even say programs, think about numbers, think about that way. So it's always using numbers to control you. I don't have enough money, I don't have enough time, don't have enough followers. It's always we never have enough time, we're always in a rush. And because we never think we have enough time to do anything, there's always a time crunch for things, right? To get things done. And that causes a lot of stress, which make you feel like you're stuck in a matrix when you're always in a rush to go somewhere. So you're in a rush to go to a job you don't like, to sit in traffic for like an hour, to barely have enough money to live the life you want to live, and then feel unfulfilled and burn out at the end of the day. That's how it is for a lot of people. So how do you not let numbers and time rule your life? Start to find joy in other things outside of the matrix, right? What brings you passion? What brings you joy? Kind of slowing down a little bit. We don't have to be in a rush to go nowhere fast all the time, but we've been programmed like that. I'm like that too, so I do understand it. And it just caused my nervous system to be really sped up, right? And not focusing so much on the numbers. Your value is not from numbers. Your value comes from within. It also goes back to the self-worth part, right? 4, get more present. Whatever you need to do to get more present. It could be meditation. It could be just turning off all the distractions. The Matrix has you distracted all the time. It's bad news, celebrity gossip, celebrity drama, right? The next disaster, the next illness, things that are going to trigger you, have to do with gender, race, politics, right? A lot of these things are distractions. They are taking energy away from you. They're all energy vampires. So how do you overcome this? You become more present. Sometimes it's just literally, somebody can be sitting in silence and turning everything off, turning off the TV, getting off your phone. Social media is a big distraction too. And look, I struggle with all these things too. I'm not saying I'm above all this stuff, because these things I struggle with. But I notice I feel better when I even get present, go on a nature walk or something, even meditate, even if it's just 10 minutes. Do some breath work, connect more to myself. You have more energy to spend on yourself. You're giving less energy to other people and to things, distractions, drama, and you're putting it more on yourself. You notice you have more energy to do the things you want to do and pursue your dreams and everything too. You won't feel as burnt out when you can get more present, take more time for yourself, even away from people. So number 5 kind of goes along with this. I'm going to say get into nature and get more grounded. Recently, when I've gone out into nature more, I feel more grounded. I feel better. When I'm on the screen all the time, I feel better. Connect to Mother Earth. Has a lot of healing energy, right? The Matrix also has to do with a lot of AI. You're always on a computer, always in the digital world. Take a step away from that. Unplug. You have to literally, I talk about this video is called Unplug from the Matrix. Literally unplug from the programming. The programming comes in many forms. Also through music, TV, news, media. We're going from more artificial, and then more we want to get to like more nature, get grounded. That's like the opposite of that, right? And you'll find that you're less in your head in the programming. When you sit on your phone for a while, on the TV, on screens for a while, sometimes you get a headache or you feel burnt out. It's taking your energy, right? But getting onto Earth, Mother Earth can actually revive you, make you feel better. Getting more grounded out of your head and into your body, like I talk about. See the world through the eyes of unity and connection rather than separation. What do? They conquer and divide, separate. That's how they win. They're separated through many ways. I talked about gender, race, what political party you're in. Even through labels. When we label something, we're putting a judgment onto something. We're separate and we're saying this is separate from this. This is in this category. When we label things, we define that as that. And we also make assumptions about them. And that's how that is used against us, to separate and divide us, that we can be controlled more. So when you can focus on connection rather than separation. I actually made a video on that. How to create a new world and unplug the matrix, come together and create a new one. Instead of separating, we're more powerful when we come together. 7, following your passion. Following your intuition, even your joy. Finding your life purpose. I kind of put all these in the same category because I think they all go together. When you're following your actual passion, not what society says you should be doing, finding your life purpose, you're doing something just because your parents wanted you to, or society says you, or you went to college for this, oh, this job, this means, oh, I have to do this the rest of my life. No. You can just stake away from the crowd and follow what does your intuition tell you to do. Your intuition might be telling you this job doesn't serve me, or I'm not even enjoying my life anymore because I'm engaging in these activities, right? So following what brings you joy, passion, and your life purpose is usually attached to your natural gift. Just following what you know in your heart and you're on a soul level, what you're meant to do. Not following the crowd. Remember, the crowd is lost. Taking your power back. So number 8, I'm going to say stop looking outside for validation and for answers. Validating yourself, right? You don't need other people to validate what you're doing, your life, your self-worth. You validate yourself. Stop letting outside forces dictate your self-worth. Looking for answers outside of yourself. All the answers you have are within. And if you get more present, turn off some of the distractions, follow your intuitions, and not rely on a system for answers or other people. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having mentors. I'm not saying you should have mentors if you don't know, but a lot of times I've paid for programs, courses, And it turns out I had a lot of the answers within. I was like, I didn't need to go spend money on that. I didn't need to go look for answers, watch a million videos to find answers, something that I actually already knew on an intuitive level. Sometimes we don't want to admit that we have the answers, or we're just not used to thinking we have the answers. We're taught to go to school and learn and do all this, right? We're always taught to look outside ourselves. 9, stop comparing yourself to other people. You are on your own unique path in life. Your timing is not their timing. I do believe in divine timing. Things happen when they're meant to, when you're ready at some level. You have more evolving to do before you get to that level. And comparing yourself, you don't know what that person is really going through. You don't know what they did to get there. You don't even know if what they're portraying, whether it's on social media or telling you, is always the full truth, or there might be a big part missing. So stay in your lane. Focus on what you're doing, not the crowd. That's the programming, right? Your program, I think, oh, I need to do this by this age, and I should be doing this by now, but I'm not. I fall in that trap too. So realize you have your own unique divine path. It's not like everybody else. Your timing is not everyone else's timing. And kind of let things flow naturally when they're meant to. All you gotta do is just be the best version of yourself that you can. That's all you can do. Stop comparing yourself to other people. You're not that person. You're your own unique person. And don't be afraid to kind of stand out. Be unique. Live your own unique life. And live life by your standards, not by everyone else's standards. You're on a track to be a better person than you were yesterday. You're good, and you're doing better than you think as well. So number 10, the last one is, unplug from the matrix. You have to be able to reprogram yourself. The matrix is the programming, right? On many different levels. And that's even on a spiritual level, on a mental level, emotional and physical level. So you need to literally become a new version. You have to kind of undo all the programming that has been running your whole life. I struggled with addiction in the past, right? Mental health issues. It was on a mental, physical, spiritual, and emotional level. So now, how did I change? I have more of a holistic view, right? I'm even eating healthier, eating more superfoods, being more mindful of what I put in my brain, the things I'm tuning into, like the music, what I watch, what I read, what I'm tuning into on social media, what I'm following. Doing more emotional healing. I'm learning better coping mechanisms to deal with my emotions. And spiritually, I'm connecting more to my divine self. I'm meditating. I'm how to connect more with what my soul wants and needs, and healing on many levels. A lot of it is unplugging, is just kind of healing and reprogramming yourself to be a new version, and that could come in many forms. There's a lot of different ways you can reprogram your mind, body, and soul to unplug from the matrix that I have used that have helped me a lot. I do believe if you change these things, apply these things, they will help you. You will feel less trapped in a matrix or reality that you don't want. If you like my content, hit the subscribe button. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. I also have a Facebook group, an Instagram, and a TikTok. The links are in my profile description and in this video description. I also offer transformational coaching. If you're interested in that, my contact information is in the description of this video. Have a good day. Namaste.